As Easter approaches, security agencies and road safety officials are working tirelessly to ensure citizens' safety. Nationwide, measures are being put in place to minimize accidents and ensure smooth traffic flow, including increased patrols, road checks, and public awareness campaigns to educate drivers, travelers, and citizens on safe driving practices and safety tips for the 2025 Easter season. According to reports also, the Federal Road Safety Corps has issued a strong appeal to motorists to strictly adhere to traffic rules and regulations for a safe and fatality-free celebration. Well, on Nigeria Today, we will discuss Easter preparations, safety, and security. I am Mina Daniels. Welcome to the program. And joining us in the studio to discuss this is Dr. Sani Aliyu, Corps Commandant General, Neighborhood Enlightenment and Safety Organization. Thank you for finding the time to discuss with us.
Thank you for having me on the program. Good evening.
And Solomon Tehemen Agure is Assistant Corps Marshal, ACM, Federal Operations, FRSC, Headquarters, Abuja. Well, thank you so much for honoring our invitation.
Thank you. Thank you, viewers.
Well, gentlemen, Easter is another busy period, no doubt. And what specific measures should be taken to enhance security around, worship areas and gathering points during Easter? Let me come to the Commandant General.
Well, thank you for asking me this question. It's very important that to note that we are in a very, very dicey insecurity situation in the country, and so a lot of caution should be taken in terms of this coming Easter celebration. We should gather less. There should be much more less gathering because usually at the target point where the insurgents, terrorists or otherwise bandits will attack easily. So we should not make ourselves vulnerable during the celebration of Easter. People should learn not to use knockouts, because knockouts, when you are using them, you don't know when the real guns start operating. So we should encourage and talk to ourselves not to use knockout to desist from that. And we should behave very civil, no much drunkenness. If you want to drink very responsibly. Do not drink, although I'm a road safety man there. But essentially, it is a celebration time. Everybody's in celebration mood, and we should not put excesses in whatever we are doing, because our life is more important to stay and see the next celebration rather than use it all this time around. So people should be cautious about that, and we should always note that we are having a serious security situation at hand in Nigeria. Recently, there are bombing here and there in Maiduguri, else places. So we shouldn't say it's because it's happening in Maiduguri, Abuja is safe. No. Nowhere is safe in this country until you try as much as possible to make yourself safe. The security agencies are at their best, doing their best as usual, but they cannot be every place at the same time. Okay. That is what the DGDSS says. It's a far cry to say that Nigerian security agency can provide or procure security at the same time in every place. So we as citizens, we are expected to watch our backs, to behave very responsibly and be at alert. If we see anything that is suspicious, we should quickly report to the next security agent that's available on ground. And we should always note that the security, their uniform is not a threat to us. They are friends. We should always rely on them, work in tandem with them, give them information, because the much information we give to the security agency out there, the much more they can help and be prompt or be proactive in their operations.
Okay, Dr. Sani, I'm still going to stay with you because, you know, neighborhood security is sort of grassroots security. The highways are usually flashpoints during heavy seasons like, you know, Easter. How will safety be ensured during this period on the major highways?
Well, we have left a culture behind that we used to have in this country. And I would encourage the road safety officer here and other agencies like NEMA, FEMA. I think FEMA, they are in charge of federal roads, is called it too. And then we have this NOAA to come on board with a public addressing system that they can be traveling to local areas for sensitization, discuss with the locals, engaging the locals in giving them the tips on security and safety on the highways, and what they see. There are some kind of sign they will see or movement they can see and report that movement immediately before it happens, because sometimes all these bandits move on bikes, so you may see 2, 3, 10 bikes going around the same area. You are not, if you are already aware of that, you will immediately alert the security agents that there are some suspicious movement on the highway. But bikes are passing through. Maybe you have sighted 10, 20 bikes, which is very unusual. You can report that immediately, and then during this advocacy period, the security agencies should learn how to give their telephone number, emergency call numbers to the locals, and then they can equally form what is called cooperatives, security cooperatives in those local areas, and then make some youths, engage some youths there, you know, that's volunteers to voluntarily give information. And then it is very important, especially the Nigerian police, to take note that we are in the 21st century. They should need to come out of their shell and collaborate more with the locals and engage locals more, and learn how to protect their informants, because they don't know how to do that. And that is why the people are finding it difficult to see and speak out.
Okay. Point taken. Well, let me come to ACM Solomon. I know that the road safety, you know, over the time have cultivated the culture of trying to, you know, educate the public, especially at periods like this. So what contingency plans are in place to, you know, respond to emergencies or accidents during this celebration?
Thank you very much. The first one I can tell you is we have a toll-free line for you to call, even if you don't have credit in your phone. Just dial 122.
Okay.
Somebody will attend to you. Just give us the description of where an emergency services are needed, even if it is armed robbery. If it's in fire service, just tell us. We are in collaboration with other sister agencies. So what is above our capacity, we are going to put a call to such organization for quick response. So we are working in synergy. We have just distributed our operational order. We have given it to all sister agencies, to NEMA, to the National Security Advisor, Nigerian Police, Nigerian Army, everywhere, indicating our toll-free numbers, and also asking them for collaboration and cooperation so that we will work together to achieve safety on the road for Nigerians. It's a job you cannot do alone. No organization can boast of doing it alone. Okay. So if you go into synergy, we will all together do it together. So we are on the road. HEP areas have also been established by the sector commanders. The last HEP areas that we normally put our officers, zebras are there, our roadside clinics are there to attend to minor injuries. The ones that we cannot take care, we move them to a tertiary government hospital. So we are on ground. We have redeployed special marshals, we are redeployed regular officers are going out all over the Federation. And we have also started public education in all the parts. We have what is called morning cry. The morning cry is that as people are loading in the morning before they take off, some of them are traveling far. Remember somebody loading from Lagos to Sokoto. In the morning, you want to take off the money. The patrol teams are there in the park to talk to them, look at the vehicle and look at the psychology of the driver who is going to convey these breadwinners to their various destinations. So we have those plans, and with the cooperation of other sister agencies, I believe we'll have a very free Easter celebration.
Okay. Dr. Liu, I know that neighborhood security, they always meet, during periods like this to discuss modalities and on how to secure the neighborhood during this period. What usually constitutes elements of those meetings?
Well, usually you see, good 18, we have the most important thing is to note that Nigerians, our kind of values in this country is family values. We have compound families and very close ties together. So it is easier for you to actually assess advocacy in that regard. We have a lot, especially Abuja. It's very easy because you have most residents in Abuja are either in the estates, and so on and so forth, with a few locals around. And then in this locality, you have the usually the local leadership there. They are there. The imams are there. The pastors are there. The community leaders are there. It is easier for you to access them and to discuss with them, engage them. And much as you engage the community leaders, the whole community has been sensitized, because every community leader will talk to the next person, and before you know it has gone around their community. So in fact, it is very important to note that the road safety man here has already, they have their strategy. I will say kudos to them, because absolutely, if they are in the park and with their morning cry and whatever, I think we will actually have a very good Easter celebration coming, because from all he has said, and with their collaboration, we used to have fear in this country because of the interagency rivalry. It's good to note that the road safety general here is saying that they are already agreeing with the police and other sister agencies. They are collaborating, because we are all working for Nigeria. The safety, we must put high premium in the lives of our citizens. We must protect the lives of our citizens and our properties, and we cannot afford it in this array. We must come together and work in conjunction with each other, in collaboration, so that we can deliver. No man, no institution can do it alone. We must collaborate.
All right, thank you so much. We're still right here on Nigeria Today, discussing the Easter preparations in terms of security and road safety. And I have the two gentlemen here, but we're not done yet. We'll take a short breather and I'll be right back. Stay with us.
The implementation of the ruling is also dependent on another aspect or another arm of government.
Nowhere in the world will allow, under digital economy, for banks not to be dispensing domestic currency in that economy.
What will make this one different?
We want to know what they do as occupation. All of these are attributes that our questions have been designed to investigate.
In a few days to come, you see that we are all around their own crannies and everywhere in Nigeria, telling people to cooperate.
Welcome to Nigeria Today.
Thank you so much for joining us again. We're still here discussing the Easter preparations as it concerns road safety and security. And we have a gentleman here, Dr. Sani Aliyu, Corps Commandant General, Neighborhood Enlightenment and Safety Organization, as well as ACM Solomon Tehemen Agure, right here with us. Let me come to ACM, sir. What steps, I mean, you have also mentioned the fact that you interact with drivers, during periods like this. And you know that when it comes to safety of life on the road, drivers are the major culprits. People just think that Easter celebration or any other celebration for that matter is a moment to enjoy, and by enjoyment they mean drink a lot and all of that. So and I know that road safety, you guys have a way of testing for alcohol and all of that. So what is the entire package, this season coming up in Easter to ensure that drivers are free from alcohol?
Thank you very much. The campaign in the parks is also discouraging people who want to take shot before engaging in driving. We have a popular saying, if you must drink, don't drive. But if you must drink, drink water, and then you drive. But by and large, the people who are posted to these parks have breathalyzers. They also have alcoholizers to test. We are also going into synergy with the National Drug Law Enforcement agents to work together in collaboration. Their testing equipments are superior to what we have. So in case our own cannot detect the other substances that they have been engaging in now, the taurine, all those other substances, we also get them to test those drivers. So we are working in collaboration with them. But by and large, the first thing we are doing is that those people selling those drinks at the corners of the motor parks, we are discouraging them. We are working together with the National Union of Road Transport Workers. They are also interested in making sure that they disembark such people who are selling such things at their own park. It's not good for them. The owners of the vehicle are also at risk, because you can imagine if you take huge amount of money and you buy a vehicle, you give a driver, and then they are telling you that vehicle has scratched beyond repairs. You can imagine some of them will take loan to buy those vehicles. So I'm happy to tell you that they are collaborating with us. We on our own part, we are also testing them. We have redeployed and distributed the alcoholizers and breathalyzers all over the Federation. The ones that we cannot detect because of the how sophisticated it is, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, we are there. I hope the day before yesterday we had a meeting. We are in a committee of working on something. With the commercial has directed that we should go and have a synergy with them on how we can do that thing, particularly during this festive period. So I believe with that we will reduce the amount of drunk drivers on our road.
Interesting. Dr. Lee, you know that periods like Easter like this, public spaces like recreational centers, worship centers, and other public spaces always, are jam-packed with people. So how should security personnel be deployed to ensure adequate coverage of all of these places to ensure there is no loss of security,
Well, I think we have professional security agencies in the country, and I think they know what to do. But for the purpose of our discussion, I think they should try to deploy more plain-clothed agents so that they will assimilate very well and know exactly what is happening in these places, because usually we cannot take away the IEDs, suspicion, planting, and all those within the period like this. So we have to shine our eyes more. The plain-clothed security agencies, plain-clothed security personnel should be there earlier, much earlier than it is expected, so that they will notice whatever movement it is and who is coming to such places and who is leaving that place, especially 2 to 3 days before the period of celebration. This is very important. And then they should equally engage the proprietors of all these centers, gathering centers are always, even the churches the police, the DSS and other security agencies should work in tandem with the pastor, and then they should even within them provide volunteers that can assist where necessary, because like I said, we have serious problem of manpower. You can imagine Nigeria with over 237 million people, 0.5 million people, and then you have total security workforce of the country less than 1 million. So we cannot have them sufficient in all the places we require them. So the churches must provide volunteers. Even the guardians here and there should provide their staff as volunteers to one security agent with 5 other or 6 or even 10 other volunteers, so that he will now direct them and coach them on what to do, how to sniff out whatever it is. And then we should be very mindful of this season, because it's very, very sensitive. Much as the government and the good citizens of Nigeria are planning, the bad guys are there equally strategizing and planning. So we should make sure that we didn't leave our guard. We should make sure that it is very important that we identify quickly any suspicious movement and report that same suspicious movement to the necessary security agent on ground. Okay,
talking about planning, I know that technology should suffice here. So what is the place of technology in all of this plan? How do we deploy technology?
Well, I think we should make it a law in this country that every shop, every gatherings, places like gardens, the churches, the mosques should provide cameras. It is high time we start deploying cameras. Even in the buildings that are around the highways, we should have cameras, because the government cannot provide everything for us. If government is able to put maybe street cameras, and then we have cameras in all our houses, it complements what the government is having. So the Nigerian government should try to evolve in sensitizing the citizens on the needs of having cameras in their homes, especially now that there are a lot of abuses. You could see a house girl abusing a child and all those. You could see a housemaid making all sorts of nonsense in the home. But if you have cameras implanted everywhere, you are safe. So it is very important that we start sensitizing Nigerians on the need of cameras.
Because of time, let's get to ACM. Please tell us, give us your pattern shots. What should people do? What's your advice as we prepare before, during, and after this celebration?
Well, I want to thank you. First of all, I want to add to the use of technology. We have body cameras, and we have a monitoring unit. Our body, you see our staff wearing body cameras. We have deployed them to monitor what is there, what is on the road, because most of the time people want to bend the truth. If you approach me now, and maybe you will say I was the one that started insulting you, or so.
You won't notice that on camera.
Yes, we have
also
body cameras.
Your package shot now, because
our package shot is that, please, you need to live before you celebrate. Just like the doctor has said, it is only the living that celebrate. So Nigerians should take their safety seriously. Don't say it is not your business. It is everybody's business.
Okay. It's everybody's business. How best can we end this? And that's it on today's program. Before we go, let me take a moment to appreciate our guests for sharing their insights today. Thank you, Dr. Sani Aliyu, Co-Commandant General, Neighborhood Enlightenment and Safety Organization, for your insights. Thank you so much. And thank you to Solomon Tahemen Agure, Assistant Corps Marshal, ACM Federal Operations Federal Road Safety Commission. Thank you for your valuable contributions.
Thank you very much.
And to our viewers, we appreciate your time for being with us. You can watch a repeat of this program, Nigeria Today, at 10 o'clock in the night, as well as other episodes on www.youtube.com/NTNews24hub. I am Mina Daniels. Bye for now.